What's up, fam? Welcome back to the show. Today, we've got a quick little episode on all things money. So I know, having so many conversations with so many of you, that money sometimes it's a sticky point. It's a sore point. It's something that we maybe feel icky or salesy, or we feel bad about wanting more. And so I want to just kind of lay things out and give you 3 simple shifts that I think you can make immediately to start transforming your relationship with money so that you can make more sales, you can make more money, and you can do so without having any guilt. Now, if you've been around my parts for any long time or any length of time, you know that I am unapologetic about the money that I want to create. And I really believe something that one of my old mentors and friends said to me: when good people make good money, they do great things. So shout out to Chris Harder. That used to be his mantra on his podcast back in the day. And it's really true. When good people make good money, they do great things. And that's what Mike and I do with our money. I also think money just gives you opportunity. That's like a full sentence. It gives you opportunity. It gives you opportunity for other things, and we can have the whole conversation of, does money really buy happiness? And we've all watched celebrities and famous people and whomever XYZ make a ton of money and they weren't actually happy. That's not what we're talking about here today. We're talking about not blocking yourself from receiving money, not saying things like, I can't afford that, or it's too expensive, or I feel bad, I don't want to be salesy, or don't I have enough already? Shouldn't this be enough? And so I believe that those things are not true. I also believe that words are really powerful. And so when we say things, even if we're just saying them in our head, we're giving a lot of power to that word, and what we focus on, we find. Right. So we want to make sure that we're focusing on different things. Now, the crazy thing about money is that a lot of our beliefs, and this is with all of our beliefs, not just money, but our beliefs are passed down through family, through teachers, through generations, through society, through TV, through commercials. And so a lot of us are carrying around stories, kind of like holding a backpack on your back filled with rocks that actually aren't yours. It's heavy, right? Imagine trying to walk up a hill with a backpack filled with 50 pounds of rocks. And when you realize that the rocks aren't yours and that you can actually take the rocks out and leave them, you're going to feel 50 pounds lighter. It's going to be 50 times easier to walk up that hill. You're probably not going to be as out of breath or tired, and your quads and glutes are probably not going to be burning as much. So this whole idea with beliefs and your belief system with anything, not just money, is that you are in control of changing those beliefs. You can rewrite and rewire those beliefs to be something new. And so with a little perspective shifting, that's all it starts. That's all it takes to start the process. And so I'm going to give you, just like I said, 3 different shifts. Take what you want, leave the rest. But the first thing that I'm going to say is, I believe sales is a service. All right. Sales is a service. You're in business because you want to help people. You're in business because you have a solution to a problem. You're in business because you went through something yourself. You invented something, you created something. You have a container that you wish that you had when you were on your journey back in the day. And so it is your responsibility. It's your due diligence to share that with people. And the whole thing with a business is that it's supposed to make money, not just revenue, but profit. If it's not, then it's not a really well set up business. Maybe it's more of a hobby. Maybe it's a nonprofit, and that's totally fine too. But realize that the purpose of a business is to make money, especially if you're listening to this episode and you're a 9-to-5 job person who's doing a side hustle, or you're just transitioning out of your full-time job and you're trying to make this coaching service-based thing work full-time, or maybe you're a full-blown digital entrepreneur. You have to pay the bills. You gotta have the money coming in. So you've heard me say it a million times over. When you have a solution to a problem, it's your responsibility to share it with others. And when you don't share that solution, when you don't sell as a service, you're literally robbing other people of the opportunity for transformation. What? You're stealing from strangers. You're taking away the opportunity for change before it even got into their hands. So by nature, when you package up your skill set, your unique perspective, your experience, your lived expertise, your certifications, your personal story that you went through, when you package all of that up and you turn that into a life-changing product or service, then you're literally giving, not taking. You're giving, you're not receiving. You're giving, you're not selling. You're giving, you're not getting, right? You're giving somebody a gift. And so sales truly is a service. And we both know that in your business, if you don't have sales, like I said earlier, then it's not a really well-run machine. It's not a well-run business. Of course, we've got like the funnel and where people are coming in and all the marketing. And then you want to create that irresistible offer for them and put out that invitation. And then the last part of it is the sale. And once the sale is made, then you're going to onboard and deliver and do all of that. So there's really 3 parts to the business. This is nothing that you should feel bad about. Sales is a service. Okay. The second shift I want you to think about is that money is infinite. Money is infinite, but time, on the other hand, is finite. So what do I mean? There is money circulating around the world, the globe, the internet constantly. There is no end to money because it literally gets passed from one person to another. We've all picked up a dollar bill where you're like, you have that split second thought. You're like, I wonder how many people this bill has touched, like I wonder how many hands, or you pick up a quarter that you see on the street, which if you don't, you should, right? I pick up every single penny that I see because I believe that that's me telling the universe, yes, thank you. I'm receiving this. I want more. If I just stepped over the penny and I turned my nose up to it, then I would ultimately be telling the universe that I'm too good for it. It's not enough. And the universe isn't going to give me more then, because if I'm turning up a penny, then why should I give you 100, 1,000, 100,000, right? So money is literally circulating around. Every dollar that you've touched, somebody else has probably touched it first, unless you're like my dad and you're buying things from the mint and it comes in like the little package, but either way, it still has touched somebody else before it came to you, right? And so with money, they can literally print more of it. This is how it works. This is what happened a couple of years back, right? This is what happens sometimes when we then move into recessions and crashes and all of that. We're literally printing money, giving it away, circulating it around. You use it, you buy it, you sell it, you get it, you give it, you take it, you borrow it. Money is infinite. It's just a giant cycle. Don't make money master, or your master, I should say. Don't make money your master. Be mindful that you're not making money your master. It is just an infinite tool that we use in society. But time is finite. We don't get it back. Once we run out, that is it. We always people talk all the time, like how to create more time in your day, how to make time for whatever. At the end of the day, yes, you can get better at prioritizing things and not procrastinating and using techniques like batch working and Pomodoro and all that kind of stuff, but you can't create more time. You can adjust things and make more time in your day or make more time in your schedule, but you can't actually create more time. Time is finite. When we run out, we don't get it back. And so that by nature means that time is actually more important, more valuable, and more hard to come by than money will ever be. And when you have more time, you can always create more money. But a lot of us are putting our focus on money. I don't have money. I feel weird making money. I need money first. And we're not focusing on time. But when you shift your focus and realize that time is the thing that's the golden goose here, and you put more of your focus on the time that you have and what you're spending your time doing, well, now, what if you used your time, and I'm not throwing shade, I love Netflix, but what if you used your time more beneficially than just binging another Netflix show? And in that time, you maybe read a book. And in that book, you learned a skill that took the person who wrote it 6 years to learn or 40 years to learn, but you get to learn it in 200 pages. That's literally what collapsing time is. So you get to shorten your time horizon by learning things, practicing skills, putting in the reps. And so that over time, which we don't get back, you're honing and refining those things that you get to take with you for life. We all know you don't get to take the money with you. You don't take the house with you. You don't take the car with you. You don't take the clothing with you. And we've all known people, maybe it's been you, that have had it and then lost it, right? I know so many people who've had it and then they've lost it. They had to file for bankruptcy. They lost the house. They had to move. They foreclosed. They had to sell the car. They realized they didn't care about that stuff anymore. But the skills that you collect, the people that you collect, the network that you collect, the experience that you collect, that gets to come with you. So money is infinite. Time is finite. And be mindful of where your focus is. And then the last thing that I would say, the last little shift, is kind of going back to this idea that the money is infinite and it's everywhere. kind of also talks about the first piece of sales being a service. And I want you to recognize that there's money everywhere. Too often we are focusing on what we don't have. This is scarcity mindset. We all do it. We just moved into a brand new home. It's so beautiful. It's so huge. It's so incredible. And yet, within a couple days, Mike and I caught ourselves, and this is human nature, saying things like, oh, but I wish it had this, but I wish it had that, but I wish it was already painted the colors that we would want to paint it, right? Like, what? That's so crazy to focus on what you don't have, on the lack, on the scarcity of the feeling of missing something, right? But what we focus on, we talked about it before, is what we find. This is the reticular activating system. Have you ever heard of this before? The RAS? This is why when let's say you buy a new car, you buy that silver Honda Civic. Yes, that was my car in high school. You buy that silver Honda Civic, and all of a sudden, every car on the road is a silver Honda Civic. Not even just a silver car, or not even just a Honda Civic, but every car you're passing is a silver Honda Civic. You're like, what is going on? I just got this. Now everybody has this. But the reality is nothing actually changed. Nobody went out and started buying those cars because you bought that car, but your reticular activating system has been fired. And so now your brain is choosing to look for the things that you focused on. Maybe you've ever done this activity. Okay, let's do it together real quick. Okay, close your eyes, close your eyes. No, wait, don't close your eyes yet. I forgot the first part of the activity. Okay, take a deep breath, let it out. If you're driving, operating heavy machinery, like maybe this is not the time to do this activity. So I want you to look around the room, wherever you are, outside, inside, doesn't matter. And I want you to find every single thing in the room that is blue. Take note, look around. So I'm looking around right now. I have an old school phone in here that's blue. I have a lamp that's blue. I've got 2 chairs that are blue. My headphone case is blue. My microphone that I'm talking into is blue. I have a mug that has blue writing. The eraser for my whiteboard is blue. I have a piece of macrame hanging up that's blue. There's actually a lot of blue in here. It doesn't matter if it's teal, blue, navy. I don't care what shade it is. You got it? You got everything that's blue? Okay, cool. If you're driving, don't do this, but everybody else, close your eyes. Great. Take a deep breath, let it out. And now I want you to repeat out loud every single thing in the room that was yellow. What? Shoot. Wait a minute. Yellow? She told me to focus on blue. Hold on. I think I can do this. You're straining, you're thinking, I've been in this room before. What was yellow? Now, the crazy thing is I knew I was going to give you this activity. I'm looking around the room and I'm like, I didn't even look for anything yellow. Okay, I have a highlighter over there. My chapstick is yellow. That's about it, right? This is your reticular activating system. What you focus on, you find. I told you to focus on blue, so you did. And when I told you to close your eyes, you likely thought I was going to have you list off all the blue things, and you were so proud of yourself. You're brushing off the shoulder because you're like, I got this. I know everything in the room that was blue. And then I threw a curveball at you and I said, yellow. And then your nervous system started to freak out because that's not the rule, Jess. I broke the rule, right? So rather than focusing on what you think you don't have, why don't you focus on what you actually do have? Now, here is a really tactical, tangible activity for you, and I can break it down into steps if you want. But after this episode, I would love for you to go around your house, do this with a notebook, do this in your iPhone, whatever you have, and I want you to start writing down every item that you own and its dollar value. If you were to take literally every single thing in your home and you were to resell it, what do you think you could sell it for? I'm talking every single book, every TV, every plate, every vase or vase, depending on how you say it, every dog toy, all of your food, all of your furniture, your couches, your bed, your sheets, your linen, your desks, your microphones, your iPhone, your laptop. Now go outside of your house, your car, your bicycle, your leaf blower, your lawnmower, your outdoor furniture, your pool toys. Do it for everything. And then add up how much money that would be. And then go one step further. How about the house itself? If you had to sell the house, right? Do you have other homes? Do you have boats? Do you have jet skis? Do you have other sorts of toys? And now go even further. What current subscriptions do you pay for? And most of us, it's a lot more than we think. We're like, oh, Netflix. And then we get the bill and we're like, and Hulu and this app and that app and right, like, and the dog food and my healthy whatever drinks that I drink. Add up all the subscriptions where money is going out. What's the total there? Then reach out, think about friends and family. If you are in a pickle, like a bind, if your parents are still around, if your siblings are around, and they had to help you and they had to sell their homes and their cars and their assets, how much money could you find then? And then, do you have a 401k? Do you have a 503, whatever it is? Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have stocks? Do you have bonds? Do you have money in other places? Go into all of those places. How much money could you collect from all of those places? Kids' college funds, bar mitzvah bonds, right? Like all of it. And as you start to do this activity, what you're going to recognize is that you likely have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of assets. The point of doing this is to see that there is money everywhere. Doesn't mean you're going to actually sell everything or put it up on Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace. But there's this idea of not even that you could, but that you understand there is money all around you. There is money everywhere. You have spent it, you've invested it, and you've used it for so many things that you don't even think about. And you're likely not focusing on it. And so can you get more present to it? Can you find more gratitude in it? When you're putting your makeup on, and if you're like me, you have all the non-toxic, stupid, expensive makeup, every day when I put it on, I'm like, that's a $40 bottle of whatever, right? All of this money, how many times a week or a month are you going out to eat? Are you ordering in Uber, Grubhub, all of that stuff? Like, think about it. There's money everywhere. So when you add it all up and you find the value of everything and you see your investments and your savings and your retirement plans, can you actually see that you do have the money? It's just been in hiding. It's been incognito. I want you to remember that you're the creator. You're the creator of your life. You're the creator of your beliefs. You're the creator of the stories that you live by. And you're the creator of the rules to the game that you're playing. So it's really just a question of, would you rather, remember that game? Would you rather, would you rather live in scarcity, lack, or abundance and growth? At the end of the day, the choice is yours. When I was an elementary school teacher, we did morning announcements every single day. 8 years I was there. Every single day I was the teacher who read the morning announcements. And every single day, the end, because they were like pre-written, said, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. It's like, live in scarcity or abundance. The choice is yours. Choose what you're looking at carefully. The choice is yours. Sales can be a service if you want it to be. Money can be infinite if you allow it. Money is everywhere. You can live into the belief that you can create it at the drop of a hat, a dime, whatever the saying would be. And the coolest part about what I do and what I teach is that we're teaching people how to understand marketing. And when you know how to market, you literally can create money at the snap of a finger. When you understand psychology of sales and buyers, when you don't just have $1 million idea, but you execute on it, when you know your sales engine, your funnel and your marketing, how to create an irresistible offer, you literally can create money on demand. Knowing marketing is the ability for you to generate revenue when you need it in a pinch. And I can't tell you how many times I've done that before. It becomes a game. I want this thing. I'd love to go on this vacation. I want to invest in X. Okay, cool. Let me go see how I can do that. Sales is a service. I'm not getting, I'm giving, right? So just 3 little quick mindset shifts that I think are huge dial movers in the way that we show up in our business when it comes to making money. I hope this was helpful. I can have so many more conversations on this, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to hear more about money specifically and how I handle money and pricing and feeling about sales and all of that, let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I am Jessica DeRose. Let me know that you listened to this particular episode or share it on Instagram and tag me. And then let me know if you'd be interested in hearing a little bit more about money, because I didn't always feel this way. Remember, I used to make $50,000 a year as a teacher. And I would tell myself that I was going to be a millionaire one day. I don't know why. I just knew and I just thought and I believed. And only 18 months after leaving my teaching job, it happened, right? But it was an internal shift that had to happen years prior to me leaving my teaching job. All right, my friends, I love you all. Go make that money, honey. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers to evolution. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you loved this episode, I invite you to be a part of our ripple effect and share it with a friend. And please, if you feel called, take 30 seconds to leave a 5-star review, and I'll be forever grateful. Until next time, cheers to your evolution.